My daughter asked me once if I was afraid of dying. I said, "Frances, I've been watching people leave for 40 years. I'm not afraid of it. I just don't have anything left to hurry for." She laughed. I wasn't trying to be funny. My name is Harold. I'm 107 years old. I cut hair for 43 years. The same shop on the same block until they tore the building down and put in a parking garage. That was 1987, I think, or 86. One of those. I had a little mustache in those days, and I kept it until Bev told me it made me look like a cartoon. So I shaved it. 43 years of scissors and clippers. 43 years of men sitting in that chair telling me things they wouldn't tell their wives. I still keep the scissors on the nightstand. People ask me what the secret is. Every few months, somebody new. Reporters, grandchildren. A woman came from the state university 2 years ago with a notepad. Very serious. Wanted to know what I ate, how many hours I slept. Did I take supplements? I told her I ate whatever was in the refrigerator. I slept until I woke up, and the only supplement I took was a glass of warm milk at night that Bev started giving me in 1962, and I never stopped. She wrote it all down. She didn't ask the thing worth asking. If you want to know why I'm still here, I can give you the list. It's real and it's short. Half a sandwich for lunch, never a whole one. Vegetables from the garden when we still had one. Beef on Sundays. Black coffee in the morning and warm milk at night. A walk when my knees allowed it. These days the walk is just out to the mailbox and back, but I go every morning. I go. That's the list. Write it down if you want, but if I stop there, you'll leave thinking the list was the thing. There was a man named Vic Dembrowski. Big fella, 240, easy. Came in every 3 weeks without fail for 22 years. Never missed. You could set a watch by Vic. He ate like a monk. I mean that. He'd come in and tell me about whatever book he was reading on nutrition, seeds from this region, oil from that valley, nothing processed, nothing fried. The man was meticulous. You could tell from looking at him, skin like a man 15 years younger. One day he sat down in the chair and I asked how he was, and he said, "Harold, I don't know anymore." That was the whole thing, he said. I finished the cut. He paid. He left. Didn't come back. I found out from his brother-in-law, who started coming in a few months later. Vic had retired, sold the business he'd built for 30 years, moved to Florida, sat down near a pool. He was gone inside 2 years. His brother-in-law told me he looked fine, physically, just quiet, real quiet. And then one morning he didn't get up. The man knew everything about keeping a body running. He just forgot to give the body somewhere to go. I think about Vic, not because of what he ate, because of what he did when he stopped having a reason to get up. He sat down, and the body, in my experience, takes that as a message. Bev used to say I was never fully home even when I was in the room. She was right, and I knew she was right, and I kept doing it anyway. I'd be sitting at the table, and she'd be talking, and I'd be nodding, but I was back in the shop somewhere, thinking about who was coming in Thursday, whether I had enough of the blue Clippers fluid, things that were not urgent and were not important and were certainly not more important than her. She never made a big thing of it. She just stopped talking, And when I'd look up, she'd be looking at me with this expression that wasn't angry. It was patient in a way that was worse than angry. Beverly Ruth Marchetti, married 1,949, died 2017, 68 years. I don't say that like it was enough. I say it because I still can't believe someone put up with me for 68 years and mostly found it worthwhile. The morning she went, I woke up and it was light in the room and something was different. I didn't know what, and then I knew. I got up, I went to the kitchen, I put on the coffee. I stood there while it ran. I went to the nightstand and I picked up the scissors and I just held them. I don't know why. I wasn't going to cut anything. I just needed something in my hands. That's all it was. Something to hold. I stood there until the coffee was done. If you're still with me, stay a little longer. What I'm about to tell you, I've never said it to anyone, not even to Frances. 6-7 months after Bev was gone, I realized I had stopped going to the mailbox. Not because my legs were bad. My legs were fine then. I just stopped going. And I realized one morning I was sitting in the kitchen, I realized I hadn't been outside in 4 days. 4 days. I thought, well, nobody needs me to go outside. There's no shop to open. There's no 8 o'clock appointment. There's no reason the day needs to start. And that thought, right there, that thought scared me more than anything else in my life. Not death. That thought, because I could feel it. The body settling in, the day not needing to start. I got up and I went outside, not because I wanted to. I want to be honest about that. I did not want to. I went because I was afraid of what would happen if I didn't. I walked to the mailbox. I walked back. I stood in the kitchen. And then the next day I did the same thing. And the day after that, after a few weeks, I started noticing things. The Hernandez family, 3 houses down, put in a new fence. The Kowalski dog was getting old. She was limping on the left side now. There was a crack in the sidewalk near the fire hydrant that had gotten wider since the winter. Small things. Nobody's business, but they were my things to notice. And a thing noticed is a reason to come back and check on it. You might think that sounds small. It is small. That's the whole point. Frances called last fall. She said, "Dad, I've been thinking I should come more." I said, "Frances, I'm 107. Come now, or I won't be here to wonder why you waited." She came the next weekend. We sat in the kitchen for 5 hours. She told me things I should have known 30 years ago. I told her things I should have said when she was young enough for it to have helped her. She's been coming every month since. Every month. I'll tell you one more thing, because I've run out of reasons to dress things up. Some of it is luck. My father lived to 86, my mother to 90. Good bones, maybe. A constitution that kept going when it had no particular reason to. I could make this entirely a story about discipline and intention. I'd be leaving out half of it. Half-truths are for men who still have something to protect. I don't have anything to protect. This morning I woke up at 5:45, made the coffee, went out to the mailbox. The Kowalski dog wasn't out yet. She's been sleeping later, which worries me a little. Came back, sat down with the coffee, picked up the scissors for no reason, set 'em back down. Frances is coming Saturday. I told her I'd make the eggs.